Good morning and welcome. It is Saturday the 25th of February. I am Flatcap Callum and I'm hoping you are all very, very well. Alright, coming up for this Saturday, which to be honest is a mild anticlimax because earlier in the week the field sizes looked a lot better than they have when we've got here on Saturday. So steak and a quarter, £25 day. That's much more about volumes. Got 5 bets. No combination bets, but 4 lucky 15s and a kind of a 4-5-fold type of bet. That is coming up. First race is 12.55 Lingfield, I want to say. 12.55 Lingfield, and it's 5 bets. Alright, before we do that, we'll do the review. Before we do that, just a couple of words of preamble as per the usual. Thank you very much for all the lovely kind messages on yesterday's video. I was definitely feeling it Thursday night. I'm gonna take a small recess next week. So the plan for this weekend is Sunday looks very, very quiet. So I am gonna do a vid for Sunday, but it's gonna be out tea time today. So it's probably about 6:30. So the watch out there is they're not very big field sizes, but if I'm putting a video out at 6:30, there's going to be a lot more price sensitive stuff, particularly because it's a Saturday night into Sunday. The markets do shift quite a bit. So I advise if it's worth checking out early. I might do the vid and be like, don't worry about it, they're not price sensitive. But if I do find anything, then at a decent price, it could be price sensitive because the markets will only really be open then for a couple of hours. So there's a lot that will still change. So yeah, I'm thinking upload by 6:30 this evening for a Sunday video. It's going to be a £5-10 day, definitely, no more than that. So that will be Sunday's video, and then I'm going to run right through and not be back on videos on here until Friday morning. So I'm going to do Friday's racing, but do a Friday morning video. So there won't be any videos from me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday next week. And I won't be covering any selections for 4 days. Usually I don't do Monday and Tuesday selections. Next week it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm going to have a 4-day break from making vids. I say that. There is a vid, the last leg of the freebets.com Lucky 15 Cheltenham series is due out Thursday morning. So there is one vid that you'll see from me, but not on the regular channel. So that will be out Thursday morning. Other than that, I will make a video tea time today. That is Saturday the 25th for Sunday selections for what there is, and then no vids Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the main channel. Back Friday morning, early Friday morning for Friday's racing, and then we'll see where we are. See where we're at. So where are we at? Generally speaking, we are minus 30 quid for the week and minus about 51, I think 52 for the month, and I've only got today and a small little bet tomorrow to try and remedy that. Otherwise we're going to go back to back lost months, which is not anywhere and not where we want to be. It's not the end of the world, it's not unrecoupable clearly, but yeah. So what did we do on Friday? Well, we actually made a little profit, but another one of them days where it's sort of like if you put them in a different way, you'd come out a lot better off. So yeah, the strike rate, and I talk a lot about strike rate. The strike rate for this week and last week has been exactly where I'd want it to be. It's running at 34%. So win or place, all selections win or place 34%. But we are not coming out with a profit, and it's just so we've had weeks where it's been dire. Like there was a couple of those absolutely dire ones. The last 2 weeks haven't been dire, just not got them in the right combinations to click, but the percentages are absolutely there. Bit low on the win percentage for each ways, but win or place combined, but absolutely there. So spinning through Friday, we started off here. Didn't go so well to start with, but then Cap and Anticon stayed for 4th, which quite a few bookies paid out on. Then Harbour Vision ran an absolute blinder from the front, and the line 100 yards earlier, then we'd have been all right, but no, got snagged for 2nd. So it was a place double, and that did get backed in. So as kind of suggested, it was just massively priced wrong. So we got a place double on that one, so we got a bit back. So we did get stuff back on every bet yesterday, which was a nice feeling. Oh, and then the old mate Nizaka. So horse of the day Nizaka. It was spread on 2 bets and a single. ran a great race, placed. 50s was what the channel got. It SP'd at 40s, but I know from the comments, and I know from looking at the markets myself after the video, 66 was gettable in quite a few places. So I think a few were on at 66s. And then the 345 Axel Deliver, just close. It was fourth. It was really, really close to being third. That would have been a nice little setup. And then we had Callum, which wasn't far away in that race either. I think it was fifth, but not far. And then the last leg was poor, so it ended up just being the single and a little bit back of the lucky 15 there, which was disappointing when you got a 50 to 1 place, because we haven't had one for a few weeks. Combination double, so we had Nizarka, Zainholm was 7th, and Skyward had paid 6th, so that almost was double stacked on that. And then in that one, main horse, albeit the shortest price, Royal Tribute, managed to stay for a place, and the others did not. So it was a profitable bet, but yeah, just frustrating when 50 to 1 on the first leg. You're thinking it could be really nice. And then Dundalk, the Dundalk especially, really interesting. That I noticed if you got, I was on Paddy Power, and just before the first race, and I don't know whether it's an algorithm talking to me or what it is, but the amount of people that have put the same combination of this bet on, it was by far and away the most popular accumulator that they suggested that anyone had put on. Like 750 people have put the same accumulator on. Don't know if that's coincidence. Can't believe that's all the channel, but obviously the different series, I did recommend it to do with Paddy, Coral and Labrooks. So we had Rocky Dreams placed 16 to 1 SP if you got that. So if you did do it with Bog Bookie as advised, Paddy, Coral and Labrooks, you'd got the 16s. Royal Tribute I think was 10s. And then that was poor, and then Power Drive I think I can't remember the price of that one, but overall you should have beaten the channel. So if you've done it with the Bog Bookie like Paddy, Coral, Labrooks, and you've got Bog, you should have come out ahead of where the channel did for that bet. And that was it. So that was 20 on 24.93 for channel stats. That's what I had it as. So as I said, we've got a bit of a mountain to climb. We've got 50 quid to make up today, and it's Saturday, and Saturdays are, as we know, not the easiest of days. Last year, I think the first 6 months, just the channel was going well after 6 months, but Saturdays was an absolute ball ache. We are profitable for Saturdays since the channel began, but yeah, they can be a bit hit and miss. So we're starting here for Saturday. This is bet 1. So this is 5 horses, and I'm only doing them each way 4-fold and 5-folds. It was one of those days where I had enough volume, I could have made it stake and a half, and I didn't want to, so I've kind of gone a bit smaller on here. This is the kind of bet I was looking at. Maybe I could do a Super Yankee or a Canadian, and I've trimmed the stake right back down. Yeah, if we've got a winner, a double or a treble, get nothing off this. So Sky Advisory, Coral second best, 12.55 Lingfield, Zhang Fei 6 to 1, the 1.43 Newcastle City Roller at 14 to 1. The 205 Lingfield Haruvian 9 to 1, the 205 Riyadh. So I put this in the comments. There's some really good racing over in Saudi Arabia today, and so I have got 3 horses running in at Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, and I've got 1 at Auteuil. The annoying thing about doing Saudi Arabia is worse than Meydan, you have to scroll so far. Some bookmakers, like it's right up near the top, and other bookmakers you have to scroll so blinking far down, Sky Bet being one of them, to find where Riyadh is. So Sebaska 7 to 1, and then the 5 o'clock Lingfield Sunday in May 4 to 1, bit of a short one there. It's 5 times 25p each way 4-folds and a 25p each way 5-fold. So it's £3 is the bet. So if you put them all in your bet slip, I'm just looking at 4-folds and the accumulator basically. If you want to do anything else and cover that, is fine. These are not horses I'd be backing singles at all. So I wouldn't be backing them singles. These are the types of horses where I'm trying to string at least 3 together really. So trebles is viable if you wanted to do that. I wouldn't be looking at doubles. Win or place. I wouldn't worry about it. It might come up, but statistically speaking, it's not value. It's not value to do it in that way. So trebles is your minimum if you want to do more than that. That's bet 1. Bet 2. This is the Chepstow Lucky 15. So I've got a few Lucky 15s that are all 17p. It was just the way the maths worked out because I didn't want to kind of overstake them. So Chepstow 157 Petticoat Lucy 17 to 2, 307 Bells of Peterborough 17-2, which we've taken a few times. 417 Reign Supreme 18-1, and then the 452 Idefix de Cirurgie. You'll find it. You'll find it. It's 11-1. 17p each way, lucky 15. Sky best, then 365 or Coral next best. £5.10 is the bet for that one. That is bet 2. Bet 3 is my international bet. So 1 Autoy, 1 Fairy House, 2 Riyadh in there. So I'm sure some people won't want to go on a global tour, but that's where I found myself. That's where some of the better prices I've found as well. So 215 Autoy, new president 10-1. It's a decent looking handicap hurdle race, that. So it's a reasonable. I would say I haven't just gone fishing. It is a reasonable quality. There's some interesting races at Autoy, but that's the only horse I've picked out for that race. 10-1. There's a few bookies paying 5 on that, so just keep a watch out. So Sky R5. I think it was 365 at the other one. Well, they must be, because I've put them up there. 365 are also paying 5. But most bookies are 4 for 16 runners. So I think Sky and 365 if you want to do that as a single. Then we've got the 320 Fairy House. I've got 2 in this race, but it's a really big field. Master Breffany 66-1. That's the biggest price I've got today. Then over to Riyadh. So we've got the 323 French horse Big Call 28-1, and then finished off the 535. Not normally a fan of going on the dirt, but I like Remorse at 40-1. It's worth having a try with that. So it's 17p each way, lucky 15 again, and I've got a 35p each way single on Master Breffany, the biggest price of the day. So that makes it 580. So as I said, 365 are an extra place there. Most bookies are 4 on these Riyadh races, but Sky are 5. And then that 320 Fairy House, I think, is Paddy, Hills, and Sky are 6. Everyone else is 5. So if you're doing singles, have a look. I think it's Paddy and Hills. If I've got that wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. But I think off memory it was Paddy and Hills. But as you can appreciate, there's a lot going up there, and sometimes it comes out wrong, or I don't remember it quite right. If I wrote notes for myself, I think these videos wouldn't get out till like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I just rely on how much I can actually save up in my head. All right, bet 4. We've got here a combination of different meetings in the UK. 240 Lingfield, Hafit Allen 16-1. Then we've got the 403 at Newcastle, the King of May, which we've taken a few times. 7 runners, but a lot of bookies are paying 3, so worth having a little shop around for who is paying 3 places on that race. 445 Kempton, Not Another Muddle, is 16-1, and the 640 Chelmsford Nubo 16-1. It's a 17p each way, lucky 15. I've ranked it that order, and I can't remember why, which is really unhelpful, but I ranked it as Sky, Paddy, then 365. So although that Paddy not getting that, there was something else you were getting on Paddy, and I can't remember what it was. 510 is the bet. That's bet 4. And then finishing off, the bet with actually most stake on it is this one. So bet 5, 245 Fairy House has come in a bit. 16 still a good price. I think that should just be touching more like 9-1. But yeah, you could have got a lot bigger last night on Crabat 245. 3 o'clock Kempton, Bob Hope or No Hope. That's the horse I put up as horse of the day on freebets.com, 20-1. And that was horse of the day for the television races, I would say. So there's other horses I found that are slightly more on value, some bigger in prices, but horse of the day for the television. 320 Fairy House, Wee Charlie 22-1. And then I finished off the split stake in the Ida. So the 325, I've got Ratho Lure in one leg at 11s and No Cruise Yet in 9-1 in the other. 2 times 10p each way, lucky 15. So a lucky 15, first 3 with Rathu Lure, and the next lucky 15, the first 3 with No Cruise Yet. £6 your bet, Sky best, and then Paddy second best. That is it. All right, that's £25 for the day. So as I said, I'll be back tea time tonight with a little dabble for Sunday, and then that's me taking an extended sabbatical, and I won't be back on my regular YouTube until Friday morning. Friday morning is when I'll be back after tea time Sunday. But I'm still intending to just write a little comment thread for each day so people can share what they're fancying, what they're into. So if you want to have a 4-day break away, that's absolutely fine. But if you're still keen to go for it, I shall put the comment thread up each morning so people can share what they're doing. So for those of you not familiar, the days I don't do a video, the last day I do a video, which is normally the Sunday, each day I'll go in the morning and I'll write a little message and write basically, feel free to put your selections here. So then people can go back to that previous day and actually keep going back in. It's all in one comment thread, so you don't end up having to like shop around the comments and work out what people are saying. So if you've got things you like and you want to share about any of the racing on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, then yeah, for the next video, the Tea Time Saturday video, then feel free to have a look at the comments each day and then search the comments threads and you'll see what other people are backing. All right, that is me. Thank you very much. I will see you tea time tonight. Bye-bye.